film I've chosen to review is titled Smoke Signals, which is a comedic drama directed by Chris Eyre. The plot features two young Aboriginal boys named Victor and Thomas, played wonderfully by Adam Beach and Evan Adams. When understanding that Victor's father, who had left him while he was a young boy because of alcoholism, has died, the two acquaintances have to travel to his home to collect the ashes. However, they are only able to get there because Thomas offers Victor the money for travel, only under the conditions that he can come as well. Through the course of the trip, Victor, a stoic and mature young adult, begins to loosen up to Thomas, a quirky and childish kind of guy who can't seem to stop talking. They become closer and also become in touch with their identity. Victor also finds out why his father had left him and his mother years ago during this journey of love and loss. Director Chris Eyre chose an especially wonderful soundtrack for the film, using both traditional native chant music as well as American folk music during the scenes. An example of this occurs at the beginning of the movie when showing two Aboriginal women driving a car. Happy and joyful music plays in the background to show the happy and carefree spirit that these ladies are exhibiting. Another example of this is towards the end of the film, during the emotional climax of the film. There is a car crash wherein haunting Native American chant music plays. This gives a perfect atmosphere and mood for the eerie scene in the film. In terms of camera work in the film Smoke Signals, it was very minimalistic. Considered that it is an independent and low-budget film, there were no over-the-top special effects. The camera angles were very straightforward rather than artistic, so as not to distract from the main message of the film. There's a lot of symbolism in this movie, however, one scene stuck out to me the most. This is when Victor pulls out his knife and cuts off his hair right after seeing a picture of his family in his deceased father's wallet. While looking through all his personal items, earlier in the movie, Victor had told Thomas that an Indian man is nothing without his hair. This was symbolic of Victor giving up his old notions of hatred towards his father and starting over. He built his entire self-concept around the feelings he had towards his father and is now left with nothing, and this is the reason he cuts off his hair, to start clean. In terms of typical First Nation stereotypes, the film plays on this multiple times. One scene in particular shows this when Victor is telling Thomas to be more of a typical Indian, saying that he needs to look like he just came from killing a buffalo. Another scene that shows this is at the beginning, when the two women in the car ask Thomas and Victor for something in exchange for a ride. She says, "We're Indians, remember, we barter." Of course, these are just lines for comedic relief during the film and plays on the fact that so many people actually believe these things about Natives. The film was released in 1998 and was one of the first to show the real perspectives of Natives on the reserve, since Thomas and Victor are living there, and a lot of the movie shows life living on a reserve. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed watching Smoke Signals. Chris Eyre did a fantastic job with casting, camera work, soundtrack, and even directing the main message, which I interpreted as, though one may have preconceived ideas about someone due to past experiences, they can always be altered with the use of patience and understanding as well as love. This theme applies to Victor in the film, in which he only believes his father was an abusive alcoholic who didn't care about him. However, upon learning otherwise, his views change for the better. This theme can be beneficial to many whom are dealing with bad past experiences that create preconceived notions that can sometimes be false. Viewers can learn from Victor's experience in the film and grow from it.